Hi, it's Tanya with Red Cardinal Crafts, and today I'm about to do some stupid things. I'm going to rearrange my craft room. Today is Monday, November 17th. Lord knows I have enough things that I need to do for Christmas, but my craft room is just making me crazy, and I just want to rearrange some things. This cabinet is going to stay where it is, and so is that one. But the one down at the end is going to move over to there, and the pet cage is going to move over to there. I'll have to move my ribbon rack. This table here is going to go against the window. This desk here is going to now pop out from here. And then I'm going to have this cabinet on that wall, and my little one that's over there with my record player and the lamp and TV on it, that's going to go right here. So that's the plan. Okay, I started at 9:30. It's now almost 10:30. This is what I've done. The cage extends past the... Oh, the curtains are blowing through the screen there. The cage extends past where I thought it would. We still can get out that door. We don't really use that door a lot. I only use it to feed the chicken. But I've got the cabinet over there, my desk is there, still a disaster, and I've got these two cabinets like that for now. Okay, so, oh, it's the Christmas Hershey's Kisses. Okay, sorry, it's like the first Christmas commercial I've kind of seen. I put those two shelves back. I still had the screws in the wall from when I used to have them there. It used to be above a keyboard. My desk used to be over here with the computer on it. This was like a couple years ago. But I just started wiping this one down, and I just thought about maybe laying this one and this one on their side. I don't know, part of me thinks I need the height just to make the room make sense, because if not, that's going to be low, low, the desk is low, that's low, like everything's going to look like it's the same height, and I don't know if that's going to look weird. But I was thinking about possibly laying those shelves down, because then instead of just that much space at the top for things, I can lay it sideways, and I can have, you know, my Sizzix possibly set up and my Cricut set up and have things set up to use. So I laid that one down, but I'm not liking it. It just seems weird where the cage kind of ends. I think I just need some height in that corner. This cabinet, I had to take the doors off. I've since unscrewed the top lid, but it's got one of those panels in the back that's just thin and sort of pathetic, like one of these little wood panels that just hammers to the back. So I've got to pull the desk out and unattach that, but it's actually good because it's, when we moved in, ever since then it's been sort of wimpy, so I'll just get some little finishing nails, like little teeny little nails, and just fix that all up while I've got it apart, and I can give it a good cleaning too. Well, that was an interesting 5 to 10 minutes. Holy crap, that middle shelf that I'm trying to take out, I think, was kind of like taking down a load-bearing wall. The whole thing started to come apart, and I only had 2 arms, and I was stuck, and my screwdriver fell. So that's what the desk looks like without the roof on it. But yeah, I gotta get this ball. Oh my god, Scott had better not come home for lunch. That's all I can say. Oh, okay, gotta go. Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a week, but my room is finally back together, and I really like how it turned out. I've basically taken over the entire room now. We used to have a computer over here. This Expedit used to be on this wall, and then we had this desk that the computer was on, and you can see how heavy the computer was. It bowed my desk a little bit. So now the computer lives over here in this cabinet. I had to take out a couple shelves to fit the screen because it's just so huge, but it just opens like that, and we have all our photo and CD boxes up in there, and then there's the computer, my Cintiq, and the keyboard. So that works out really well, and the kids seem to like it here, and Scott's not complaining, so so that's good. So now this room here is all my craft room. I'm very excited. This is supposed to be a dining room. It wasn't a lot to move around, but it's just the stuff, because I had to, you know, empty the Expedits, these ones, to kind of move them around, and I reconfigured the shelves and stuff and what I had on them. So, okay, we'll start in this corner. These shelves used to hang there when we first moved in. We used to have a keyboard that went along that wall, and So the screws were still in the wall for the shelves, so I brought those back, and they're supposed to be, I got them at Costco, and each shelf came with a set of 4 frames, but I didn't bother putting the frames back up. I just ended up putting things that I've made or the kids made or friends have given me. My friend Mariel gave me the Mickey scrapbook. Maureen in Scotland had given me the little ducks that she cross-stitched. And then things that the kids have made and my Harry Potter configuration box and stuff. So then in the corner there I have some cellophane and some brown paper and some cork and some wooden dowels, so I just tucked them back in there. And then that basket is, these are for my Etsy things, my Etsy cards. I have envelopes, mailing envelopes, and my string. And then my record player, which I bought this summer. I absolutely love my record player. I got that through Urban Outfitters. And then there's my record collection. It's growing. The Burn, which is our secondhand store, has albums for 25 cents, and look what I got on the weekend. Fame! And then this is all cameras. And then this is just puzzles and books down here, just kind of mishmash of things. My old clarinet. And then over here I have my tripods, and then I have the jukebox for my Cricut, and my Xyron machines and Kerrigan's Cricut. And then I have some magazine files. These are just like, you know, magazines, and this is the instructions for all our Playmobil things, school papers, stuff like that. I have an extra house I have to take out to Dockyard. And then this is all scrapbooks. And then my desk is over here now. I love it here. The purple bag is my Disney stuff. It's all my Disney papers and embellishments. And then the pink and black bag is my sketch bag. It's like anything for sketching. The ottoman actually goes with our living room furniture, but there's no room in the living room for it, so it just lives there now. And it's good because I can put my feet up on it, because I find on this chair I'm kind of short, so my feet sort of dangle, and it's just not good for my back. I made this banner last week in amongst all the chaos. It's a little Merry Christmas banner, and I held onto the box so I can show you. It's a little, what's it? Me and My Big Ideas Mumby kit, and it was $4.99 at Winners in Halifax, and I bought it a couple years ago. I just never made it. So last week when I was getting bored of organizing, I decided to put that together, so that's kind of fun. And then I have my 2 lamps. I've always had this lamp, and then my sister picked me up another one at IKEA when they went to Ottawa this summer, and then when Dad came down last month, he brought that for me. And I have another one that goes under my desk because this desktop is actually a light table. My friends in Florida, Mariel and Stacy, had bought that for me for my birthday one year. We found it in the as-is department, so they bought it for me for my art desk. I was like completely thrilled with that. And then this is brilliant. I thought of this today, putting my tripod, because I do my Little Pink Cottage videos, and I've always done them in this room, and you get the daylight coming in. I've started doing them in my black cabinet where the computer is now, but it's just so dark. So I thought, what if I put the tripod on my desk, and see, there's one leg on there and the other 2 legs go on the window ledge. How smart am I? So my camera can just go there, and it's a little bit brighter. And then that way, if I just use my camera that I'm holding now, when I show you guys stuff, it won't be backwards, because it's always backwards when I do it on the photo booth thing. I could switch it around, I just don't bother. Alright, so then I got Christmas cards I'm writing and making and doing all that. And then my Cricut lives down here, and then that red box is for the stuff at Dockyard. So it just lives there right now. It doesn't really have a spot. And then this cabinet here is all kind of sewing and yarn, embroidery, that kind of stuff. So up top I have my sewing machine, I have my bag of fluff because I'm making some stuff that needs fluff. And these are my embroidery hoops and my sewing kit. That's an old Rubbermaid sewing kit from like 25 years ago. Then in here is all knitting and crochet books. This I almost got rid of the other week. Duh, all it needed was new batteries. I thought it was broken. And then these are my little hand knit dishcloths that I sell on my website, but this one's empty, but I just keep them in there just so they don't get messy, and then I put them in a little bag and envelope when I send them out. And then here's the thing. Phyllis named my hand guy. I have a little Otlite from Mariel. And then all this is like cross stitch. This is my tatting things. This is my little sewing box. So I have some sewing and embroidery things and bobbin lace stuff on there. And then down here is all my needlepoint yarn, my cross stitch floss, and people have commented on that video. I had all my floss just arranged by color. I do sort it by number now, so it's all good. And then I have my crochet hooks, long knitting needles, and all my other knitting needles are in this bag that Annette gave me. And then this was when I was cleaning up the other day, and there was a mishmash of stuff, so I threw it in a bag for now. And that's just empty, that bag. And then this is my Afghan that I've been working on for years. This is all that little yarn that I bought when I made the little chicken, if you saw that. This is Bryn's knitting bag. Down here I have all the yarn to make my crochet dolls. And people have asked me about the crochet. I have got to put the fan on. It is so hot in here right now, sorry. Hang on. Whew. Okay. It's still warm. So people have asked me about this crochet doll that I made for my sister, and I'm making a couple more. I don't really have a pattern. People have asked me for the pattern. I kind of just made it up when I made it for my sister, but I'm now using the instructions that I kind of hand wrote when I made her doll. I just kind of made notes of what I had done, and they're really not making sense to me. So at some point, if I can make some instructions that make sense to the rest of the crochet world, I will post it and let you know. But until then, it's in my head, so that's not good. And then in here is just all journals, just little books and stuff. Some of them are written in, some are new and not written in. These are just little storage containers that I have, because you never know, you might need them for something. And then down here is just all the rest of my yarn. Some crochet thread and just whatever kind of yarns. And then in here is my, this is all embroidery stuff. So these are cross-stitch patterns that I got. I got these on 1-2-3 Stitch. They're the Country Cottage Needleworks, and this is January. I bought all of them. I think they were like $5 each, but I bought each month. And I'm going to make little pillowcases and then get a little pillow and switch out the pillow like on our bed for every month or whatever. That's my plan anyway. And then I've got like crewel kits and all my cloths and stuff. And there's my cross stitch. Maureen, I'm still working on Elf number 2. And then I have some plastic canvas. So that's all in there. There's my lace pillow. There's a company that I had ordered a new bag from, because this is just, oh, it's called First Years. It's like some kind of big diaper bag thing. I don't know. I got it at a kid's store for my pillow. And there's a company, can't think of the name right now, but if I remember, I will post it. I will write it down below here. And they're in the UK, and I ordered one, but unfortunately they were out of stock, so hopefully I'll get a new bag at some point. These are just my embroidery stands and holders, and I've got a couple looms back in there. And then my ribbon rack is just chicken wire with a frame. It was supposed to be part of a pet cage outside, and I ended up using it for my ribbon. And then I have some rulers hooked on there, and then my craft sheet. And then we have some critters that live here, and they're sleeping. That's Miss Bella, and Cupcake's in the purple thing, and Snoop's over in the blue one, and Mr. Gus is right there. And then the bunny, oh, I'm sorry, Charlie, she's in her litter box. We'll give her some privacy. So the pets live there, so it's perfect. Like, look, it like couldn't have had any extra space. It's amazing. And it's light enough, as big as this cage is, it's still quite light, and I can pull it out because I vacuum in behind and everything when I clean their cage. So up on top of my Expedit, I have some photo box, or well, they're like DVD boxes from IKEA. This one's just random stuff, like little things that I find on my desk, and I just throw it in that box. Binding tools, photos, and then I have felt and fabric. I have 3 canvases. They're just square, like 12 by 12 canvases. It's my advent calendar I made for the kids last year. And then Chinese brush kit. And then up in the brown box are my business cards, my extra ones, and then I have my tracing machine. I have my fabric from Phyllis from this summer. Paper bags. These are the 2 bags that I take out to Dockyard when I'm doing my crafts. And I have an empty bin up there. I have my photos that I took out of all the photo albums before we had the hurricane. And now they're kind of ready to go for Project Life, which is right next door. Those are the 2 wine crates where I store my Project Life cards and embellishment things. And then that was like that little box of library card things. And then I have a photo box up there. That is a tackle box that I was thinking about putting my inks in, but I just don't know. It was $5 at a secondhand store. I grabbed it. Still don't know what I'm doing with it yet. These are the bins from Phyllis, and I have my black scraps and my white scraps because it's just easier to have them separated. This is just an envelope of scraps that I had out at Dockyard. Here's my Mickey hat, and then I have, excuse me, I have my glues and adhesives in there. Tim Holtz stuff in that one, paints in there, and then just old art journals and stuff in there. So then coming over to here, I have, this is like anything to do with my book. There's my Squirrel book. This was the first one I did, Let's Bake a Family. I did that for a friend in Florida, and I was so disappointed with the drawings because inside they're all condensed, like they all were squished, and she showed it to me when the whole thing was finished, and so there was nothing I could say at that point, so I just kept quiet. I did this one, Lunchroom Delight, for a friend, and then there was another one, Swimming Day, but I never got a copy of that one. So that's anything to do with my books, and I have journals and stuff. This is my dad when we went to New York a couple years ago. We were at a market, and they had those hats, so we put that on. So then I said, forget about it, and New York 2012. So I made one for me and Dad and Annette because we had all gone on the trip together. And then this is all my sketchbooks. I've got an extra Moleskine for when my bullet journal is full. I love my bullet journal. I have my little sketchbooks. I've got an extra one, brand new, just in case my other ones are filled up. This is my travel sketchbook. I ended up having to buy some more of my micron markers because I end up taking this on the plane when we travel because it's my travel sketchbook, and the markers have kind of exploded a little bit, and the lady at the store said it's because of the pressure in the plane. So I bought new markers, which I will keep at home. I will continue to take the exploding ones on the plane because there's no point in, you know, keep using new ones and keep wrecking them. So they're okay, they still work, but it's just a little messy. So, and someone asked me, I'm sorry, this moment I forget your name, but she asked me if I could take my travel sketchbook with me and videotape how I sketch and everything. So I will do that, I promise, one of these days soon. And then here are my Cricut cartridges and my Gypsy up there, which Mariel told me that you can't update the Gypsy anymore, so I'm a little disturbed by that because I love my Gypsy. And then down on this shelf, these are all envelopes of things from trips we've done. This is the Liberty of the Seas cruise that we did with Mom. This is left over from the Disney Wonder cruise because I did that scrapbook. This is the Disney Dreams cruise that I didn't do yet. More from that one. This is stuff from Bermuda. Then I've got New York from when we went last spring. I've got leftover from New York when I went with Dad and Annette. This is the latest cruise we did this year on the Allure of the Seas. And then this is Times Square. I made it for Dad and Annette, and I never did finish mine. So I will do a video of that at some point when I'm making it. And then this shelf here, I totally forgot. Annette had given me this. It's a Martha Stewart skeleton guy, and I totally forgot to hang him up for Halloween. So sorry about that, Annette. And then this is kids' school pictures. These are school things that I still have to put in their albums. That's stuff from our honeymoon I still have to add to our album, our wedding album. And then this is a bunch of Cricut stuff that I just sat down one day and started making things on the Cricut. I made Mickey's house and little bees and stuff. And then kids' portfolios. I have some chipboard letters. Bryn needed a scrapbook this summer, so I took some of my scrapbooks things out of there. I need to rearrange. And then I have sheet protectors, portfolios, and then I have chipboard, and then I have extra scrapbook pages, and these are my Cricut mats. Over here are just like when I'm working on a project, like this is all Christmas paper. When I'm working on something, I tend to put all the rest of the paper in an envelope. I have some Tim Holtz stuff. I have Halloween things in here. Just if I'm working on something in particular, I just kind of keep those papers together, so if I go back to work on it, all my papers are there. I got some copies of my drawings that I do for Dockyard for my things because I was coloring each one and it was killing my markers. So I decided to do color photocopies and it's saving me hours and hours and hours and hours of work. I have tracing paper, calligraphy paper, corrugated paper. This is the paper I use for my things at Dockyard. This is just paper sorted by color. Like just pattern stuff that might be loose. And then I have chipboard. This is all Christmas papers. And then this is all my solid cardstocks. These ones were just loose that I sorted the other day, so they're not in color order. And then these are all my die cuts with a view cardstocks that I use. I have pastel, brights, jewels, and neutrals. And I do have a glitter pack as well. And then down here I have my 6x6 and my 8x8 papers. In here it's just regular paper packs. Then I have my stamps and inks, and that is like a fountain pen set, but just stamps. I don't have a whole lot of stamps. And then I have my artist trading cards and more little sleeves for the trading cards. Here I have my Fisker shape templates. There's like a cutter that goes with them, but they're just those things, and sometimes I'll just trace them if I need a shape. Then this is my close to my heart embellishments. And then I have chipboard letters and numbers. Over here are just memories from here, Florida, Canada, and Disney stuff. Then down in here I have different books, like reference books for drawing the figure, drawing manga. Scott gave me the Art of Nemo book years ago. And Annette gave me that page to screen Harry Potter book. It is glorious. I love it. Excuse me. And then I have the Harry Potter movie poster collection. I would love to have those framed someday. And then I have this one, Imagineering, Disney. Love those books. Then this is just all embellishments. Oh, falling over here. Embellishments just in my, what's it called? Hillshire Farm containers. Go meet. And then there's my Sizzix machine with my things. I haven't used that yet, but I need to try at some point. And then I have my embossing powders and my heat gun and my old Fisker's embossing little thing in there. Then I have, these are all cards that are made, and then I have beads and wire, and I have more beads in this case. And then I have writing paper and my books and my envelopes for doing envelope minis. I have some Zots, which I need to get some more. And then I'm going to be doing a card coming up, hopefully this week, and I'm going to be using these magnets. Now these I got on eBay, and they're teeny tiny little magnets, and they're strong as heck. The ones I buy are 1mm by 10mm in like width. So they're really strong, like poof. I got those, I think it's like 100 of them for $19 on eBay. Then over there I have a little basket of punches. I have my stickles. Those are like store-bought cards. I have Cricut information down here, my Crocodile, and then paints. Down in here are just scrap papers. Then I have embellishments are in there, stickers and things. And then down here I have my trimmers, which I don't use as much now because I have my big guillotine. I love my big guillotine. Now I have my laminator, which I need more refills for that. And then my Bind It All, my Xyron things, and a stapler. My Bind It All rings, and then that's the vinyl for the Cricut. And then down here I just have some label makers, some quilling paper. These are my watercolor pencils. You can tell this was getting to the end of me organizing my room. I was just kind of doing whatever. I have an extra picture frame here, which I do my Disney pins in, so I will do a video of that someday because I still have some more pins. And then my IKEA catalogs, because I collect my IKEA catalogs. I love IKEA. These Rolodex things I got at the barn. This one I got for $2, and I think this one was like $3 or $4. I just thought it'd be fun to do something with those someday, maybe artist trading cards. I have a Harry Potter set that I got at the barn one day. It's a whole DVD set, but I love the little suitcase, and I thought it'd be fun. And then under there I have like golden books, you know, and hardcover baby books that you could just cover with paper and make other things. And then these are just like graphic novels. They're the bone, but they're great for reference, for body movement. And then finally, this cabinet here. I have a DVD player and then my TV with the old VCR thing inside, so that's there if I want to watch a movie. And then I have one of my house samples. And then here I have inks and my ink thingy, and in another Hillshire Farm thing I have all my sponges. And then I have my Project Life sheets, my scoreboards, mats, and then my envelope, gift bag, and forget what the other one is. Envelope, gift bag, and box punches. Then there's my Copic markers, and then under my desk I just have the old VHS Disney tapes, and then in this bin it's books that I want to read that I haven't read yet, and then that one is books that I've had since I was a kid and that I've read. And then under here is just one of these, you can see I kind of wiped it with a magic eraser the other day, just a table from IKEA, and that can fit under there. And then I just sit here at my desk, so I can sit over at that one, I can sit at this one, and I can see the TV, and I have a view of the ocean, so it's lovely. And then this kit, another one of these Mumby kits, I just made the other day when I was talking to my dad. Just a cute little advent calendar thing. I don't know, it was just something to put together that I didn't have to think about. It took a week, but I'm very happy with the results, and I'm just thrilled that I have this space to be able to work in. So thanks for watching. Alright, take care guys. See ya.